Welcome back to Stoic Pulse. If you're here, I'm so glad you found your way to this space where we talk about timeless wisdom that can help us become better, stronger, and more resilient in our everyday lives. Now, today's video is going to hit home for a lot of us, because let's face it, we've all been there. The struggle with procrastination, that feeling of laziness that creeps in, and the difficulty of getting started on the things we know we should be doing. But what if I told you that there's a secret, an ancient philosophy that can completely change your relationship with laziness forever? Imagine this. You've got a mountain of work to do, maybe a personal goal or a project you've been putting off for days, weeks, maybe even months. You know you need to take action, but you just can't bring yourself to start. Your mind feels heavy, overwhelmed. The hours slip by, and before you know it, another day has passed with nothing to show for it. Sound familiar? Well, you're not alone. But what if I told you that this kind of behavior doesn't have to control your life? What if you could break free from the chains of procrastination and laziness by adopting a powerful, mind-blowing strategy? A strategy that has been used by some of the greatest minds in history? This is where Stoicism comes in. Stoicism, a philosophy born in ancient Greece and later developed in Rome, is all about mastering the mind, embracing discipline, and living a life of virtue. And guess what? The Stoics have a mind-blowing secret to overcoming laziness that you can start using today. This secret isn't about forcing yourself to work harder. It's not about guilt or self-criticism. Instead, it's about a radical shift in how you think about time, effort, and personal responsibility. Let me tell you the secret. It's this. The Stoics believed in focusing on the present moment, fully committing to the task at hand, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant. And here's the kicker. They believe that action is the key to overcoming laziness. Not waiting for motivation, not waiting for the perfect moment, just taking action, even the smallest one, to build momentum. Think about it this way. Most of us wait for inspiration to strike before we get to work, right? But Stoicism teaches us that waiting for motivation is a trap. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most famous Stoics, said it best in his Meditations: the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. What Marcus Aurelius is saying is this: when you face resistance, when laziness or procrastination holds you back, that's the exact moment where you need to act. The very thing that stands in your way is the very thing that can push you forward. You don't need to wait for the perfect feeling to start working. You just need to start, no matter how small the first step is. That first step creates momentum, and momentum is a powerful force that can carry you through. Here's an example. Let's say you've been putting off a big project. It feels overwhelming, and you keep thinking, "I'll do it later." But the Stoic approach is different. Instead of thinking about the entire project, just commit to the very first step. Open your computer, write one sentence, or make one phone call. That's it. Just one small action. Here's why this works. Once you take that first action, no matter how small, you start to overcome the mental block. You start to see that the task isn't as impossible as it seemed. The Stoics called this the power of the present moment. By focusing on the task in front of you and breaking it down into manageable actions, you can defeat the paralyzing effect of laziness. The Stoic secret isn't about massive productivity. It's about consistently showing up, no matter how small the action. The key to defeating laziness is not grandiose plans, but steady, small actions taken in the present moment. By focusing on what you can do now, instead of what you haven't done yet, you free yourself from the paralyzing grip of procrastination. Now, I want you to ask yourself, what's one small thing you can do right now that will move you forward? It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be grand. Just take that first step, and trust me, once you do, you'll start to see how easy it is to build momentum. By using the Stoic secret of taking action, you'll gradually find yourself free from the chains of laziness. You'll no longer be waiting for motivation to strike. Instead, you'll create your own motivation through action, no matter how small. So, to recap, the Stoic secret to overcoming laziness is simple but profound. Focus on the present moment. Break down big tasks into small, manageable actions. And most importantly, don't wait for motivation. Start with one small step and let that momentum carry you forward. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an inspiring video on how to live a more purposeful life. And I'd love to hear from you. What's one small action you can take today to overcome procrastination? Drop a comment below and let's get the conversation going.